Lights haven't changed much in the last few years, but this is something totally different. This is a 100-watt COB LED pocket light. You can actually fit this light in your pocket, and it's as strong as the sun.
Today we're talking about the Zhiyun Molus X100 COB LED CCT fill lights. And they're not only that, they're pocket lights. And I'm going to prove that to you. Pocket lights. This is a 100-watt COB on the front, and it comes in at $249 or $349 for the combo kit. There hasn't been a light that's done this, you know? Zhiyun have innovated. They have invented. Let me just show you your everyday kind. Aperture makes them, Godox makes them. They're made by a whole load of different companies. This is a COB light right here, 100 watt. Look at the footprint on that. I mean, it's incredible what Zhiyun have gone and done with this light, this $249 light. And it's got a CRI of 95 and a TLCI of 97, so it's very, very color accurate. Your skin tones are not going to be green, yellow, pink, or cyan. They're going to be perfect. You compare it with a beautiful side handle. I mean, everything is so well made. This side handle, it feels like, you know, it's solid. It's got USB charging, PD by the way, so you can charge it nice and quick. It's got a little button up top so you can check how much charge is in there. See that? See? And you know, it just feels solid. You stick it in there. By the way, this is app controllable. Mine isn't because it's a pre-production version, but the one that you will buy for $249 with the link down below will be. It has a fan that hardly ever turns on. But I want to show you this, yeah? Just watch this. This is insane. What happens is it's at 5,600 right now. If I press it once, it's going to go to 50. If I press it again, it's going to go to 100. Or you can go from 0 to 100 just by turning the knob. But let's go to 50% and let's go to 100%. This little thing, look at that, is lighting up the whole studio. I mean, that's insane. Now, if we press this, we go from 2,700 Kelvin, because it is a CCT light, to 5,500 to 6,500, or we can just literally twirl it up and down. It's insanely bright. Now, if we go down to 0, we can literally just turn it on a little bit, so that's 1% right there. It's fantastic. If you depress the CCT, it's gonna go into music mode. And this is what music mode does. So it will basically flash to the music. Boom, and I don't know if you can see, but the fan hasn't turned on, and the fan rarely turns on. As opposed to a huge, box like this, which is, you know, it's caged in there. This is basically got everything on top, so it's cooled, constantly being cooled. And if the fan does turn on, it's really quiet. It's just so quiet. It is USB-C firmware updatable, so you can update this sucker right here. At the bottom, you have a little flap which you open, and it's got Type-C, so you can power it not only with the little battery grip, you can power it with the USB-C. Like, you know, 2023, it's what we do nowadays. Or you can power it with a brick, yeah? So you get a brick with a cable for, you know, I've got one for Europe, you'll get one for UK or the US, but you get a brick and you can power it with that all day long. It does come in a very, very nice case, similar to the lights I did up here from Zhiyun, you know, color-coded for Zhiyun lights now. And, you know, it's a pleasure to use, and it's especially great that you can take it anywhere with you. I can fly to America, stick this in my bag, and use it. You know, that's absolutely, you know, fantastic. It is fantastic. Now, Phil, what about modifiers? We've got this little light with this tiny little thing, the modifiers. It's the cutest thing in the world. This is the Zhiyun mini reflector, yeah? So what we do is we line it up and stick it on. And that right there, that's your footprint. That's your footprint. Very nicely dined. It's very nicely designed. It's got this little switch here that will let it, you know, open and close. We have this dome. It's like this silicone dome. So we can click this on also, boom. And that's your oven footprint. I actually used this in a photo shoot for food the other day because I was in this tiny room at the back of a cafe. Right, so these are quite tight conditions I'm working in, but right there, that is the Zhiyun. It's yeah, it's doing a really good job. I have this on here, and I have the V-flaps down there, one behind, which I'll be using in a minute, one right there, and I've got to tell you, this is what it looks like. So it's looking really, really nice. Doing different kind of shots, seeing how everything comes out. And I'm using a white there and a bounce, silver bounce right there. And I gotta tell you, yeah, really, really kind of beautiful, soft light, and it's perfect for tight spaces like this because I'm basically in a 2x2 room which has very, very little space. And it was like a meter, like large, wide. So I was in there with this light, and it fantastic, beautiful. I mean, looking at these photos, you can see it does a wonderful, wonderful job. And you can flatten it out if you want to carry it around. Superb. Phil, I want a mini softbox. Boom! You have a mini softbox. I mean, look at this thing. This is a mini softbox. And the great thing about it, if you turn it, it folds up like this, tiny. Say we want to stick it on, yeah? There we go. And what you do is you've got these two little latches you pull. Boom! Done! The grid, I have put the grid on because I like using a grid just to, you know, concentrate my light and stop it spilling too much. But that's you know, twist it, boom, you're done. Take it off. Get a little tripod. You can put it at the bottom because it does have 2 quarter-20s at the bottom. So if you want, you can just literally put it on a tripod. Right there, boom, we are tripoded. Okay, that's great. Phil, there is something you're not telling us about this fantastic light. Yeah, it's true. A lot of you who have lights, for example, from Aperture, from Godox, you have Bowens modifiers, right? Phil, can I put a Bowens modifier on this? Because otherwise it's useless to me. Stick this on your tripod, screw it down. It has a hole for an umbrella, so you can screw in the umbrella. Fantastic. It does have a little swivel, so you can swivel it. Zhiyun. And this goes on there, so because this obviously is not going to hold your Bowens modifier. Boom. And right here you have a little lock to unlock and lock your Bowens modifier. And that's it. You guys want to check out, well, let's put a massive umbrella on this and a Bowens softbox, and just let's have a look what it looks like on my face.
So this right here is a 90 centimeter deep parabolic octo. It blows my mind that you can put this on such a small light. And right here I'm showing you that I've actually used the Bowens mount with the umbrella attachment to stick on the largest umbrella I have. It's 185 centimeters. It's massive. And as you can see, it's doing a really nice job. And it creates the most beautiful light in the world. I mean, look at that massive thing. Such a small light. Just really, really diffusing and creating a beautiful, beautiful quality of light. Absolutely love it.
Surprised? I am surprised because it's so versatile. If I don't want to use this, I don't have to. They even give you this little strap. Look at that. I'm sorry I'm making a lot of noise, but they give you this little strap that you have 1, 2, 3, 4 little holes that you can strap it around your hand, and you can basically go around and light people outside so it doesn't fall off your hand. You know, they literally have thought of everything. And the one thing that I hate about some companies cutting corners on lights is right here. This COB, if a fly sits on it, if dust falls on it, if you're eating McDonald's and a fry falls on it, it's gonna burn a hole right in the middle of that COB. Zhiyun have put protective glass on the front of that, so it protects your COB, your investment, your $249 investment. The euro prices are right here, by the way. So, you know, everything has been thought of. It's new. It's tiny. I mean, I gotta show you it next to my iPhone 12 Pro Max. Look at that. Just look at that. The iPhone is taller. Look at it sideways. It's about maybe twice the width of my iPhone. That really is very, very incredible. It's amazing what they've done with this light. 385 grams, by the way, so in your pocket, you're not gonna feel it. Any questions about this light, drop them down below. I've been using it for about a month. I can tell you everything except for the app features, but I'm guessing the app will basically just turn it on, turn it off, CCT, dim, music, all that jazz. The battery will last about an hour, maybe. I used it for 2.5 hours at 30%. That's fine for me, that's fine for me. I didn't need it to be full blast, because full blast, you saw what it did. It was bright. It charges about 2 hours, maybe 2.5 for me. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you do. If you haven't liked my film, and you did like it, give it a like. If you didn't like it, just tap that like button twice, just to really dislike it. And gonna catch you soon on the next one. So 2,700 Kelvin, all the way to 6,500 Kelvin. A CCT pocket fill COB light. Pocket COB light from Zhiyun. Absolutely love it. And I don't say that a lot, I only do films on my channel about things that I can really say are excellent, because I hate doing films about things that I don't like. I did a film recently on the PGY Tech Mantis Pod 2, and I don't like it. There are things I just don't like, and I'll be honest about that. This I love, and I really wish I had the version with app controllability. Zhiyun. Catch you guys soon.